True Bankai form explained. Spoiler warning for Bleach Thousand Year Blood War Core 4 Episode 5 and beyond. Let's go. Ichigo's True Bankai form that we saw in Episode 5 was not in the manga, as his Bankai in the manga has a completely different appearance. Yuha basically breaks it instantly with the Almighty, and we never see what it does. Ichigo getting this new form is for the better, as we never got to see what Ichigo's True Bankai did in the manga, but now let's talk about his appearance. It is very similar to Ichigo's Vasto Lorde form back in the original Bleach in the Hueco Mundo arc. Back then, Ichigo could not control that form of himself, as his hollow powers completely took over. In Ichigo's true Shikai form, but also this true Bankai form, he shows that he has full control over his hollow powers. Visually, talking about his appearance, he has two horns, a hole in his chest, similar to the Vasto Lorde form. That form, he had hair on his neck and his wrists and his ankles, but this time he has blood chains that are on his neck, wrist, and ankles. These go so hard. Featured in the episode card, we saw that Ichigo's True Bankai gives him, quote, a new dimension of power in terms of spiritual pressure, physical function, and reaction speed. Let's talk about those blood chains he has. They emit his insane pool of spiritual pressure, and he uses them to block multiple attacks from Yuha. These have great offense and defense capabilities, as he could lock a target down, or he could use them defensively like we saw in the episode. In his True Bankai, he has the power to manifest his afterimages, which is also a representation of how insanely fast his speed is. Like back in the original Bleach, when Ichigo was fighting Byakuya and he was flash stepping around him so fast that he could project an afterimage of himself there, but this is to a whole new level. In episode 5, Yuha said he felt like his attack landed on the real Ichigo, and that just proves how effective these afterimages are, that they literally feel like reality. Another thing that was great was his new Getsuga Tensho, which is a combination of a Getsuga Tensho which is paired with his Granrei Sero. This created that huge crescent moon above the War Welt, similar to the one that we saw in the Hueco Mundo arc. The one in the Hueco Mundo arc was not because of Ichigo, that was just more the skyline in Hueco Mundo. This actually is from Ichigo, which is crazy. A side note is in episode 4, when we saw Ichigo's true Shikai form, with his one singular horn deemed his Horn of Salvation. This is when he fired that Granrei Sero blast towards Yuha. It ended up doing damage, but then Yuha just regenerated, of course. If Ichigo can fire Granrei Sero at will with his Horn of Salvation, he can definitely do that with his True Bankai form with his double manifested horns. And that Granrei Sero that he can fire at will is probably even more heightened in this new True Bankai form. We have not seen the full potential of Ichigo's True Bankai. Ichigo only said Bankai, and no name after that, which signifies that this could be a base form of an even higher form. As we all know, all Bankais have names for them, and Ichigo never said the name. This form is incredibly powerful, and he probably beats every captain and most people in the Bleachverse. Let me know what you guys think of this new form down in the comments.